Today will be my first day tissue culturing. I'm using the starter kit by Technology because this is my first time doing this. I went through all the steps and I set up everything in advance. I have like notes. This is just my water. So yeah, I tried to get everything set up. I even have the stuff that I'm gonna sterilize set up already. And I haven't decided if I'm gonna sterilize 3 containers of media or if I'm gonna do 5. It really depends on how much media I end up making. So we'll see how it goes. So today is definitely a practice run, and just in case, I have my fire extinguisher right here just for safety. I'm a little nervous about all this stuff, so we'll see how it goes. So I'm pHing right now, so I am at like 4.7, 4.8. So I'm gonna add a little bit of pH up in here and see how much I need. This stuff is really strong. 1 drop shot me up to 5.7. Now that's exactly where I want it to be. And now I'm gonna wait a little bit. While I was doing this, I was thinking a bit, and I was like, well, maybe I should have like had the water like warmer, because it took a little time for the sugar as well as the agar to like dissolve, but I guess I just needed patience because it seems like we're in a good spot right now. I'm a little bit worried about this because I had to walk away from tissue culturing. I had to do something. I thought about just leaving it out with this on the top, but it was already mixed. So I decided to put it in the refrigerator. So I'm a little bit worried that this is going to be contaminated. But the only reason that I'm even going to continue with this batch is I accidentally put too much ppm. I think I was supposed to put 0.3, but I accidentally put 0.5. So I have maybe a little bit of wiggle room as far as contamination. And another thing, when I took it out the refrigerator, I noticed that there was a little bit of like clumping. So I'm assuming that was the agar and it wasn't mixed properly from the beginning. And I've like read about that. So I'm kind of happy that I caught that. So now I know for the next batch, I need to mix the agar longer. I think earlier in the video I talked about how I thought about maybe using warm water in the future because it took a while for the sugar to dissolve. But I don't know. So we'll see how long. I actually have this at a higher speed than I had it before because I really want to like mix it really well. But I don't know, guys. We'll see how this turns out. Okay, so I put everything in foil. One of them just has distilled water in. The other 3 have media inside of them. I actually boiled the water that I put in here before I put everything inside of them because I read this comment on YouTube that said that it would sterilize things quicker that way. They were actually talking about tissue culturing mushrooms, but the plate that I'm going to be cutting on in here, as well as the forceps and the scalpel and the jar that I'm going to be using to put the alcohol in there to sterilize the tip of the blades and the tweezers. That's that right there, and the forceps and the scalpel is here as well, so I have everything in here. So I actually looked on the website for GoWise, and it seems like according to the PSI and the temperature that I need to sterilize this, I should put it on the setting for beans and chili. So we'll see how that works. Okay. An important thing was for it to be on high. That was the only way that it could get to the temperature that I needed for it to be completely sterilized. And let's just see what happens. So I decided the first one that I'm going to try to tissue culture is this Brazil philodendron because it's really special to me. Okay, I'm thinking about trying to tissue culture this guy. And don't look at my house. It's such a mess because I'm doing a farmer's market. I'm like selling plants and soil and stuff. But I'm really trying to see who needs a cut. Maybe this Micans right here. Maybe I'll try the Micans. Okay, so this is the soap solution water. This is the bleach solution water. So I'm gonna turn off the camera because I need to put on a timer for how long it needs to be in the bleach solution water. Hey y'all, so I want to give you all the update on my tissue culture experience. So I really don't think that it's gonna work out that first try, but I'm gonna keep trying. And there's a couple reasons why I think personally that it's not gonna be successful. So going into this, I was having trouble with like the air conditioner in my house, and this is important for a couple of different reasons. One, it's like super hot in my house. That's another reason why I'm not like making a lot of content. But another reason why this is important is because like a contamination-free environment is very important when you are tissue culturing, and that's pretty impossible when like my day-to-day life right now is like I'm living with like the windows open and stuff. So it's just like so much like pollen, debris, dirt, dust, everything comes into your house through the window. So in order for me to successfully do like tissue culturing, I had to like close all the windows in my house, which made it super hot inside of my house and very uncomfortable to do the tissue culture properly with like the mask and the gloves and the chemicals and just it being like so hot. One thing that I learned, so some people use like bleach as a disinfectant. Some people use like alcohol. So I learned that I can't use bleach. One, it's too strong. I can use it in maybe like the sterilization process, but I can't use it like, you know, to spray like my steel air box. It's too many chemicals. It's too strong, coupled with it being hot as hell in my house. So the next time I try it, I'm going to use alcohol. Alcohol is a lot more bearable to me, and I don't know, I think it will be like a more like bearable situation. Another really important thing that happened is during the process of me mixing all the chemicals, I had to leave my house, which is just kind of like, at that point when I couldn't continue, like when I just started, I was like, this is not going to work out. So a couple things happened. In my initial video, because I was making a video for YouTube, I was like commenting on how the agar separated. And now that I look back, I should mix the agar separately from the other chemicals and then put them all together. I feel like that would be the only way that I can make sure that everything is really incorporated well together. Another reason why I know that it's gonna fail is with the starter kit, you have a certain amount of product. I didn't want to use all of the product because it was my first time doing it. So I tried to make like 150 liters of media. And long story short, I don't think I even put enough agar inside of the media, so it didn't solidify like it was supposed to.